This is going to be a brief review, maybe not that brief, we'll find out, of the Fas-top tonneau and I guess tent or whatever you want to call it cover for the Jeep Gladiator. I tell you, this is probably one of the worst experiences in the world. It's definite proof that you don't always get what you pay for. And in this case, you need to do probably another couple $100 in mods to get this to actually work right. What they don't tell you is they didn't actually design this to be weatherproof. They just kind of made it and decided to sell it for top dollar, and there was no engineering involved except maybe the beer drinking that they did. So we'll go ahead and get this camera turned around and show you some of the things that you need to do after you've bought this very expensive, well, kind of piece of garbage when it comes to the engineering perspective. So here's some of the tools and material that you need to do this modification. 9/16 wrench, a 7/32 hex ratchet, and preferably a deep 9/16 socket. You're also going to need some 1-inch weather seal. I think I used door seal. I'll put a link to where I got this on Amazon. You're going to need serrated flange nuts in order to make the brackets actually work the way they intended. And in order for the tent portion, or I guess shell, if you will, portion, you're going to need some socket button head. I'd recommend the stainless 316 that we got here from Bolt Depot. And what that does is that allows you to actually use lock washers, which are critical to making the brackets work on top, and especially this bracket, which does not, with their hardware, does not clear the cover, the shell coming past the bracket. So there's the list of stuff you need. You're also going to need some 1/2-inch bulb seal, double stacked here at the back, and that's going to help you make it more weatherproof. And same here on this side. When you go through and you're going to put the header seal all the way across, as you see right here on the front rail, and then you're going to need a second piece about 3 inches long. You just have to cut this to fit. It fits under here to keep a huge corner gap going through. Why is that? Well, because basically what they did is they under-engineered the front of this, and rather than cutting the side rail so that it fits properly up in there, they just cut it straight across, where they should have undercut the bottom part and overcut the top so that it actually goes to the end of the rail. Even my $130 tonneau cover that I got from Amazon was much better designed than this, and much more weatherproof straight out of the box. So that is pretty much the nutshell of what you got to do. So after you get through their contradictory instructions, the other thing that you learn that's not in their instructions either way is that this top bolt, do not tighten it extremely tight. The intent of it is to pull the rail down so that it sits flat. If you follow the video instruction using the impact gun, then what you're going to do is you're going to pull that thing down, and it's going to warp the rail or twist it in such a way that it leaves about a 1-inch gap, or pardon me, not a 1-inch, a 1/8 inch gap at the back that's just going to allow water to come in like crazy. Using the serrated flange nuts allows these bottom ones to actually work as intended, not as they designed with their hardware. Essentially, the impression I get is that they decided to spend 50 cents on the hardware instead of spending an extra 10 cents on it and getting what was actually needed to make this product work. So that is it for the review. This now is going to go through the car wash test and make sure everything works right. Oh, another thing, sorry, for those of you with bed rug liners and the trail rail kit, what you have to do is cut the bed liner down below the trail rail, and then you can use both in this. And obviously just put some extra Velcro on the back of that and stick it in place. Just don't overcut like I did here.